Australian government through the Australian Alumni COVID Recovery Grant 2021. It is therefore with much pleasure that we welcome among us the High Commissioner of Australia to Mauritius, Her Excellency Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy. We would also like to thank the Vice Prime Minister, Minister of Education, Tertiary Education, Science and Technology, Honorable Mrs. Lila David-Ducan-Lutchman, GCSA, and the Minister of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Recreation, Honorable Jean-Christophe Stéphane Toussaint, for their invaluable support in providing the opportunity to the population through the various programs in place with a chance to learn and enjoy swimming. Last but not least, we also seize the occasion to express our thanks and appreciation to Mrs. Jan Kidderstone, Director of Aquastar Swim School and presenter of all swim courses, who dedicated her time and expertise to conduct the all swim course here in Mauritius. Thank you, Jan. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will invite you all to watch a demonstration of swimming strokes and life-saving techniques. This demonstration will be performed by the participants of all swim courses under the supervision of Ms. Oni Ira, Program Officer of Learn to Swim program in the competition swimming pool. for demonstration of life-saving techniques and swimming strokes by the participants of the team, done under the supervision of Ms. Remise. Thank you to all the participants for this demonstration, and thank you, Ms. Remise. Now I will invite to start the certificate award ceremony Mrs. Sarah Rawat-Karinji, Chairperson of the Mauritius Sports Council, for a stage.
Good morning. Mrs. Kavita Jagnath, Honorable Mrs. Leela Devi-Lachman, GCSP, Vice Prime Minister, Minister of Education, Tertiary Education, Science and Technology, Honorable Mr. Dr. Satyakant Minister of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Recreation, Her Excellency Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy, Australian High Commissioner of Mauritius, Mr. Avani Duke, Senior Chief Executive of the Ministry of Education, Tertiary Education, Science and Technology, the Permanent Secretary of the Minister of Youth Empowerment, Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Recreation, Mr. Ramaswamy, Mr. Shirasi, Officer in charge of the Mauritius Sports Council, Mrs. Diane Hiddlestone, International Auction Presenter, members of the media, members of the Royal Life Saving Society of Mauritius, all teachers participants of the Auction Force, and all other distinguished guests. Thank you for being with us this morning, and thank you for gracing this very windy weather at Côte-d'Or. And thank you very much also for the swimmers that have just participated in the demonstration. I will just briefly take a few minutes of your time to go over the history of la natation scolaire, which is a project that started in 2017. In 2017, with the support of the Prime Minister, we were able to launch swimming in the national curriculum in 30 schools. It was a pilot project. Participating in that program, we had 926 children, and out of all that, we only had about 21 pupils that could swim 25 meters uninjured. We followed in 2018 with an added number of schools that reached 50 schools and 1,448 children. Out of that, my dear friends, we only had 4 students that could swim 25 meters. I think, and this story goes on the same, and by reaching 2020, we reached 100 schools. And in the case of COVID, due to the extended school curriculum, we were able to touch most of the schools where we were able to send them to swimming pools. And the story is that the government was committed to ensure that all children could learn how to swim in the country. And I'm very thankful that with the help of the Honourable Minister of Education, Mr. Duke has always supported this program. Thank you very much, because I think you trusted the Mauritius Sports Council. You allowed us to be part of the curriculum, and today we are now able to go into every single school in Mauritius. And also, the good news is that we're going to now increase the number of sessions to 40 sessions for every single child. So we're hoping that by the year 2022, we will have every single child leaving this primary system able to swim. I think this is an amazing achievement, and I would really like for you all to realize the amount of work that has gone behind it. And I take this opportunity to thank the Mauritius Sports Council, the staff of the Mauritius Sports Council, the Active Mauritius staff as well. We've been part of the success story, and I think we now have reached the second part in this mission. So thank you all for really believing that this was possible. Of course, to ensure the ongoing success of such a program, it all depends on the quality of teaching. And this is why I'm very thankful to the High Commissioner of Australia to have been providing us with a grant to ensure that all the people now joining the natation scolaire will be trained with an international certificate. This also is a big advance in our program. As you see, we're more and more encouraging young people. We're attracting a lot of youngsters to join the natation scolaire program. And this shows, and there's quite a few, obviously you've noticed some of our swimmers, our own international swimmers that have joined the program. And who better than our own swimmers to also inculcate the love of swimming to the children of Mauritius. And I'd also like to thank Diane Hiddlestone, who through writing this grant provided us this opportunity. So thank you, Diane. And I also wish you a lot of good luck in your own entrepreneurial business started for promoting swimming in Mauritius. Finally, The natation scolaire isn't standalone. It is part of the National Sports and Physical Activity Policy. It is amongst many other projects of the National Sports Council, and of course, supported by Sri Council himself to get more and more people active. We have, sadly, one of a very low participation rate in physical activity in Mauritius, and again, with the support of the government, we are hoping that we will reach 35% of the population active. And I'm convinced such a program as swimming, a child who learns how to swim becomes an adult who can swim, and then will be able to then use the sea around them to do the exercise regularly. So I'll end here, and I thank you all, and a special thanks goes to the government of Mauritius, especially the Prime Minister, who has always believed that sports is something that has to be part of every single one's life, and how not to have swimming part of that program. And as I always end with my little saying of this, I would like to ask une communauté en bonne santé. Qui se rappelle de nous deux? We're supposed to practice it so we could say it together, but at the end of the day, I would like you all to stay well, do your exercise regularly. If you want to learn how to swim, join our project, and on that, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Sarah Kalinji, for your encouraging speech. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me invite you all to watch a short film.
J'ai eu la chance de pouvoir recevoir le grand de l'ambassade d'Australie comme un ex-alumni pour l'Australie. Et donc du coup, à travers ce projet-là, en collaboration avec la National Sports Council, on a pu mettre en place un cours pour 40 participants. Et donc, de ces 40 participants, on espère qu'ils ressortent de là avec tout ce qu'ils ont besoin comme skills pour pouvoir être des top profs et pouvoir montrer à nos enfants et aux futures générations à pouvoir nager. C'est vrai qu'à Maurice, on a tendance à ne pas nager, on va à la mer, le baptême Briani, tout Briani, mais jamais on est été dans l'eau. Donc c'est important, étant donné qu'on soit autour du Nil, entouré d'eau, c'est important de pouvoir savoir nager, et d'où le fait que ce cours-là pourra apporter tous les skills qui sont besoin pour devenir de très bons professionnels de natation. Là, on a eu l'opportunité d'avoir le grand à travers l'ambassade d'Australie pour les 40 participants, mais on aura d'autres opportunités encore pour d'autres participants qui sont intéressés à devenir professionnels de natation dans le futur, de se joindre à nous, de pouvoir eux aussi apprendre et faire que toutes les Maurice sachent nager dans le futur.
La formation d'aujourd'hui mieux prépare nos swimming teachers pour mieux encadrer nos enfants dans le programme de natation scolaire. Nous commençons le programme de natation scolaire en 2017 avec plus de 900 enfants pour les grandes écoles. Après 4 ans, nous retrouvons avec 233 écoles qui viennent participer au programme et il y avait plus de 9100 enfants. Nous tenions à remercier le gouvernement, le ministère de l'Éducation, le ministère des Sports et Qualité de la Remise Limited à travers la marque Vital qui vient accompagner depuis le début de sa projet et ça nous aide pour motiver les enfants pour participer au programme de natation scolaire.
Dans le programme Learn to Swim, nous faisons un peu de natation scolaire. Il y a beaucoup de programmes qui nous font pendant les vacances pour les enfants, en 8 à 16 ans. Mais la nage sectorielle, nous faisons le risque et aussi à d'autres que nous allons nager.
On fait la natation scolaire plusieurs fois et nous avons différents collègues, différentes stratégies. Nous avons bien parlé, bien intéressant.
Je vous remercie pour qu'il y ait un dernier consacré là et nous confions de nous-mêmes et nous sommes bons professionnels. Pour élargir tout le programme maintenant, nous allons faire un programme que pour les enfants, mais aussi faire un programme à venir pour les adultes, for all ages.
À savoir que dans le cours, on met beaucoup d'emphase sur le côté water safety. Si jamais il y a des qui tombent dans les piscines, qui sont à la mer, comment faire pour se sortir de ces situations-là aussi. Donc du coup, on a appelé à tout le monde, venez apprendre à devenir propre, venez apprendre à faire que tous les enfants, que tous les gens de Maurice savent nager dans le futur.
Thank you very much for your attention. Dear guests, it is with much pleasure that I will now invite the Australian High Commissioner to Mauritius, Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy, for her speech.
Thank you very much. I'm very tall, I'm sorry. Allow me to observe all protocols and acknowledge our very distinguished guests with us today, Mrs. Kobita Gilbert, the Honourable Vice Prime Minister and Minister for Education, the Honourable Minister for Youth Empowerment, Sports and Recreation, and Mrs. Sarah Cullinger. It's an incredible pleasure to be here today, and I see that many of the students are probably in the background or getting warm, but I really did want to pass my first congratulations to them for your hard work. But I have to say, it's such a privilege and an honour for Australia to partner with the Mauritian government in this important project. Australia and Mauritius are both island nations. It's true, Australia is a very big island, but swimming is an absolutely critical skill for the safety, well-being and health of our people. So I really cannot congratulate Mrs. Sarah Currangy and Diane Hiddleston for the work that you've done, and the ministers for your support for this project. I think this is really the foundation for a very important development and progress for Mauritius, so congratulations. Australia is actually a really natural fit for this project. We've had a long period of engagement with Mauritius on swimming training dating back to 2018, and some of you might be aware that in the past, two of the former head coaches of the national swim team have been Australian. And so I'm really asking myself, I wonder if a future swim coach can be amongst these talented people who just finished this course today. The other comment that I wanted to make, and the thanks really, especially to Diane Hiddleston as the lead of this project. I'm sure you're all aware that Diane is an Australian alumni, a graduate of an Australian institution, and it's through the Australian High Commission's funding program for grants for former Australian alumni to support development in Mauritius that we've been able to fund this program. There is nothing that makes an Australian ambassador happier than seeing amazing Mauritians come back from Australia to Mauritius to share those skills. It absolutely underpins the strength of our relationship. I can't thank you enough, Diane, for your work. I congratulate all of you, and I look forward so much to following the progress of the students and hearing about the skills that they're sharing with Mauritians. Congratulations, well done, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. O'Shaughnessy, for your beautiful speech. It is with much pleasure that I will now invite the Honourable Mrs. Letchman, GCSK, Vice Prime Minister, Minister of Education, Science and Technology, to address her speech.
Our chief guest, Mrs. Kobita Gilbert, my colleague, Honourable Stefan Poussa, Minister of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Recreation, Her Excellency Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy, High Commissioner of Australia, Mrs. Hawa Karimji, Chairperson, Mauritius Sports Council, senior officials of both ministries, awardees, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. It's indeed a pleasure for me to be here today at the Côte-d'Or National Sports Complex for this certificate award ceremony. We are here to confer a certificate to each of the participants who have been training little children to internalize the norms related to water safety. A a special word of appreciation to both the Chief Guest, Mrs. Subita Jagna, and Her Excellency, Dr. K. Krishnamurthy, our Commissioner of Australia, for their distinguished presence in this occasion. Thank you both for always being ardent supporters and well-wishers of the several actions taken by my ministry. A special word of appreciation to Mrs. Jagna for her unwavering support to all educational initiatives taken by the ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, today is also an opportunity for me to recognize and highlight the strong ties that exist between my ministry and the Ministry of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Recreation, without forgetting the Ministry of Sports Council. These ties are now further reinforced with Ministry of Sports Council through active membership. Obviously, the National Scolaire program comes to mind, and a program first spearheaded in 2017 as stated by Mrs. Sarah Karenji, by the Prime Minister, Honorable Pravin Kumar Jagna. He is in fact one of the initiators of this wonderful active religious venture. This should not come as a surprise to us. Our Prime Minister is known to place significant premium on sports and sport-related activities for the well-being and development of a healthy citizenry and, particularly, a healthy youth. The world of sports highlights values and traits that are cherished by young: the spirit of teamship, the care and concern among sportsmen and women, the social relationship that is thrown into the league, the shaping of the personality. It was in fact under his watch that active Mauritius saw the light of the day. And it is also through these impetus that a boost is being given to interministerial alliances that result in collaborative programs that are yielding rich dividends. Illustratively, the after-school sports and fitness program, initiated by my friend Mrs. Karenji, the after-school sports and fitness program offers pupils of grades 4, 5, and 6, and students of some secondary schools a variety of well-structured sport activities after normal school hours. The Prime Minister has been the driving force again for all these projects. Thank you, Honourable Pisa, for facilitating such collaborative ventures. Ladies and gentlemen, we must situate both these programs as well as other programs like the Outdoors Education Program and the Healthy Sporting School Environment Initiative in their right context. The philosophy behind the education reform, especially the introduction of the 9 years of continuous basic education, is embedded in the premise that schools are not places meant for the development of learners' academic capabilities exclusively, rather for learners to reach and succeed and reach their full potential in all aspects of their development, that is, cognitive but also the social, emotional, and physical development must be given due attention. This is where programs like the National Scolaire have a prime importance. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not delve into all the modalities of the program. The annual funding for all grade 4 pupils to receive a minimum of 40 swimming sessions, the insurance coverage, the provision of qualified coaches, and the several sites identified. What I will insist upon, though, is the fact that we have to provide our young generation with a skill that is at once a survival and a recreational one. Today, the success of this program is never in doubt. Consider this. In 2017, we could make provision for only around 900 participants from around 30 selected schools. We have today touched 14,000 students. And also, we have scaled up the program such that we are reaching out to practically all primary schools and have covered, as I said earlier, a total of around 14,000 students. And it's not likely to stop there. We will agree. Indeed, I must proudly state that Mauritius will become the 14th country in the world to commit to compulsory swimming lessons as part of the national education curriculum. However, a vertical approach is also real. It is one thing to engage young learners in swimming lessons, but it's quite another to state that they have acquired the skills that will guarantee their safety and possibly the safety of others. This is where Mrs. Carrigan just mentioned that initially there were very few of them who could in fact swim safely for a distance of 25 meters. This distance being the target set now for all children before they leave primary school, hopefully. So we have to accept that some work needs still to be done. We believe that as a ministry, it is our time to make water safety an element of the national curriculum, a statutory element. We at the ministry, as per the wish of the Prime Minister, want all children in grade 4 to receive a minimum of 40 swimming lessons. Of course, we'll back this with supplementary lessons during the holidays for those who do not reach the target. I reiterate, our goal is to ensure that all children can safely swim 25 meters before they leave high school. And this is where awardees will come in very significantly. The capacity has now been strengthened through the outstream teacher swimming and water safety course. I'm sure you will stress the water safety dimension that this course would provide to you. We will all be the ones called upon to prepare our children to be aware of what safe swimming means and how to best take on board measures to curb drowning rates. Mauritius is situated, as you know, in the center of the Indian Ocean, with more than 330 kilometers of coastline. And still, we still have many people who do not swim. We still have many people drowning. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you agree with me that we should avoid this and go by what the World Health Organization states, that drowning is the most preventable cause of child death, and we're going to avoid this. In addition, I expect that the awardees will walk the talk, get rid of what with our children, and in either endeavor to create a swimming nation, I expect all to help our children appreciate swimming as an important life skill, a skill that helps in the development of a aspect of the skill set. Excellency, let me also express my thankfulness for the provision of the grant and the effective delivery of the training program. We are also appreciative of the high quality swimming teachers who have been delivering the program. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like now to once again congratulate all the awardees. We are filling our hopes of a new guarantee our young learners are fully prepared with regard to water safety awareness, while also recognizing that swimming is a basic form of socialization and does make way for fun and enjoyment. I thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mrs. Villa de Viduka, for this inspiring speech. Your words are a source of encouragement for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite our chief guest, Mrs. Kobita Jogler, to address us her speech.
Honorable Mrs. Villa Devi Dukan-Lachman, Vice Prime Minister, Minister of Education, Tertiary Education, Science and Technology. Honorable Minister Snikam Toussaint, Minister of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Recreation. Her Excellency Dr. Ilde Shaughnessy, High Commissioner of Australia to Mauritius. Mrs. Sarah Howard Karinji, Chairperson of the Mauritius Sports Council. Board members of the Mauritius Sports Council. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, allow me to congratulate the children for the superb performance they gave us today, in spite of the not very clement weather. I would like to thank the organizers of this certificate award ceremony for the opportunity given to me to say a few words about the importance of learning to swim
especially for young children. Swimming is, first and foremost, a life-saving skill that allows a child to stay safe in and around water, and it also has endless benefits. It is essential, according to me, for a parent to enroll his or her child in swimming lessons as early as possible. As parents, we all want to protect and support our children, and being a parent of 3 daughters myself, I have made sure my children can swim from an early age. It is, however, quite worrying to note that many Mauritians cannot swim and are not able to take full advantage of our water bodies such as oceans and swimming pools. This was an issue that had to be urgently addressed, and with the launch of the National Sports and Physical Activity Policy in 2018 by the Prime Minister, formal instruction in swimming can now start at a young age for all our children. This policy is designed to promote physical activity for all and has already achieved several aims. For example, it has now been integrated into the primary school curriculum, and as a result, primary education is now more balanced and is in line with global best practices. The National Sports and Physical Activity Policy highlights the importance of promoting the well-being of citizens by increasing their levels of physical activity. I am very happy to say that the Austrian project and the Natation Scolaire program contribute to achieving the vision defined by government and firmly endorsed by the Honourable Prime Minister. I would like here to express my gratitude to the Australian government for its support to the Austrian project through the Australian Alumni COVID Recovery Grant. The Australian government has provided full funding for the internationally certified Austrian Teacher of Swimming and Water Safety course for Mauritian candidates with a focus on increasing employment opportunities for women. With this course, the High Commissioner of Australia to Mauritius, Her Excellency Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy, has enabled a project that links both education and the blue economy. The project will increase the quality of swimming lessons designed to be taught in the context of the Natation Scolaire program. It has also motivated young female Mauritian entrepreneurs like Diane Hiddlestone to promote learn-to-swim activities. Diane, a former dual Olympic swimmer for Mauritius, has founded a small and medium enterprise to further develop water safety and contribute to our growing sports economy. It is heartening to see how the Natation Scolaire program has grown since it was launched in 2017. As already mentioned by Mrs. Sarawat-Karinji and Mrs. Dukan before me, it started as a small pilot project implemented in 30 schools and has now become a nationwide program that is an integral part of every child's primary school education. I am glad that with the efforts of the Mauritius Sports Council, the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mauritius has become the 14th country in the world to offer free access to swimming lessons to all of our country's children through the primary school curriculum. Allow me here to congratulate the Vice Prime Minister, Mrs. Liladeli Dukan-Lechman, Honourable Stéphane Poussin, and the Chairperson of the Mauritius Sports Council, Mrs. Sarawat-Karinji, on their relentless efforts and continued dedication. To conclude, let me congratulate the 40 trainees who have successfully completed the Austrian courses. They will no doubt have a positive impact on future generations by teaching children how to swim. Ensemble, nous pourrons réussir. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sobita Jednut, for your encouraging and inspiring speech. I would be grateful if you please join me on stage. We shall now proceed with the certificates hour ceremony. I will call Mrs. Jeannick Mériquet Benjamin and Mr. Colin Poulin, Justin Catherine on stage. Mr. Poulin, Justin Catherine. now call on stage Honorable Mrs. Dilani to present the certificates to Mrs. Bobani Tokisi and Mr. Jared Finley. Thank you very much, Honorable Mrs. Dilani. I will now invite the Honorable Jean-Christophe Stéphane Toussaint, Minister of Youth Empowerment, Sports and Recreation, to present the certificates to Mrs. Sophia Mamaro Kulen and Mrs. Maria Moussa. Thank you very much, Honorable Jean-Christophe Stéphane Toussaint. I will ask Her Excellency Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy, Australian High Commissioner to Mauritius, to join me on stage. Her Excellency will present the certificates to Miss Grace Laurie Saylor-Kun and Miss Archita Gopi. Thank you very much, Her Excellency Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy. I will now call upon the stage Mrs. Sarah Howard-Karinji, Chairperson of the Mauritius Sports Council, to present the certificates to Mrs. Bibi Suraya Bagani and Mrs. Talia Naki. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sarah Howard-Karinji. Thank you to all the participants who came on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now come to the end of our ceremony. We wish to thank each and every one for your presence. Before proceeding to the call room for refreshment, we will take a family picture. I will now invite on stage Mrs. Kavita Jagler, Honorable Mrs. Dilani Dupan-Lachman, Honorable Jean-Christophe Stéphane Toussaint, Her Excellency Dr. Kate O'Shaughnessy, and Mrs. Sarah Howard-Karinji. On stage.
Good stage.
10 participants will now proceed in batches of 10. Thank you very much. The guests are invited to stay on stage. There will be under 10 participants who will join them. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you to our guests. Thank you all for joining us on the street. We will now proceed to the boardroom for refreshment.
Thank you.